everybody, welcome back to another Toon Kind at 12 FPS. My name is Magic, and today I am playing I'm doing a hand motion. I am playing a definitely Fire Genasi, totally, real kind child by the name of Baroquen. Baroquen. I always say Baroquen. Um, and today I am here with the lovely, amazing, and talented.
My name is Duke Kieran, and I'm going to be playing Moroccan's Nanny.
uh,
And we should probably preface by saying, if you haven't listened to the Nanny Hunt before this, you should probably, at least for some context. Um, let's just say, for that what you need to know is Moroccan and some of their friends, family, question mark, a group of bunch of kids basically went to go get their nanny back, and now they've got their nanny back. But they're all Farouk children, and they kind of left Farouk. Some people kind of need, some of these kids need to get back to their parents, and this is just, you know, this is sorting that all out. Everyone needs to head home.
mhm. Uh, I'm
Yeah.
assuming we're at like some we ended the we ended Nanny Hunt in sort of an area with like a dock. Would you say it well, it was a river. Would you say it was like they went somewhere, or are they still at like that same town but they just went to the docks?
So we ended the FPS in the boathouse where the kids were staying.
Mhm.
The river, there's a tributary from the river to, I believe it's either the southeast of from Moortown. And one of the tributaries of that river kind of flows through here so that boats can come in and go out again. And it's not in this boathouse that this is set. This is actually probably further down the boardwalk towards the actual like. I don't imagine there's many ships or many docks around from All Town. There's maybe like a few, like five, six at the most. But say at the moment there's a barge um, of both Toons and Real Kind, kind of just waiting there as Nanny is going around looking at all these children and making sure that they are, all presentable to a degree, and everyone is being sorted out. Has got all your money, get yourselves home, and make sure you don't eat all your rations on board. They're going to be feeding you, and you need that. That's just before your parents pick you up. All right. Make sure you know where you're hunting. Make sure to know where you're not hunting. Do not go hunting people's horses. Yes, I know you did that on the way. By the way, you know what? You know what? A niece told me about that. So you should not be hunting people's horses. Um, And she's basically telling all these other kids that arrived with the main party of children, just kind of make sure they're all getting on board, getting there safely and soundly. Um, yeah, that's pretty much what she's doing. I don't know what Moroccan is doing at the moment.
I think however the kids sort of like ordered up in line to like get on this boat and start going home. Uh Bracken is sort of like I'd imagine at the back, so they'd be one of the last person uh to get on the ship. They've been kind of fiddling with with their bags and their stuff. Um just kind of like staring probably at whatever fare they're supposed to give the ship in order to get on and like start going. Um,
Hmm. Let me just have a look. Oh, let me just make sure I'm rolling in the right zone, not in the gallery. Um, cool, it's a 16. You're gonna see Nanny just doing like make sure everyone's going on board, and then she just does a quick head count as like the last few kids are on board, and then she stops and her brows furrow, and she does another head count, and her brows furrow a bit more, and she does another very hard head count. And she looks around, she's like, All right. I seem to be missing. All right, I'm missing. Oh goodness, I'm missing Foggy, Lonnie, Edrisy. Well, technically Edrisy's an adult. He can do what he likes, but still, I'd like to make sure he's all right. And a niece. You're accounted for at Baroquen, and well, Reuben. And she turns to the side. To a little grung, which is a frog person, basically.
Mhm.
And looks to Reuben, who just looks up and says, "Oh, Nanny." Yes, I know. You're gonna just you're gonna swim home, aren't you? Yes, Nanny. I'll work the ship, Nanny. Wonderful. Oh, you're just such a good kid, aren't you? And she just rubs her hair, and I have to roll something now, because
Nanny,
there's a
no!
fun, there's a fun thing that happens when you touch a grung, everyone. You kind of technically it depends on the color of the skin of the grung. Um, that determines what happens. But this grung is multicolored. They have many different spots on them. So I have to roll. Let me just check. I didn't get the sheet up. I have to roll D something. I believe it's like a D6 of some sort, and that should tell me. Hmm. Sorry, give me a moment. I am unprepared.
It's okay. We got
While I'm
time.
looking for something, did you? I mean, did you want to roll like a perception or an insight or what have you? Whatever you'd
Okay.
like.
What is better, my perception or my insight? They're both the same. Uh, gonna roll. That's 7.
Oh, the perception. Uh, you will notice you didn't see Edrasi, Foggy, or Anise around today. That you probably assume they're probably on the ship already, or something. And I mean, with a 7, you can see Nanny is counting frantically, but again, you heard her say that someone was missing, the others, but shrug, they could be anywhere. Anise might be in town getting like last minute things or whatever, and Edricy's kind of the biggest kid, and he tends to kind of wander off and do stuff. Might want to get some souvenirs before he heads home. And
Mhm.
with Foggy and Lorne, just big shrug. Who knows where they are? Um, yeah. Okay, so it's not actually letting me look up the thing I need for grunts because
Uh,
my computer's being a butt.
I can do it
Um,
if you need me to. Um,
if no, you know what? Don't worry about that. I'll just um, I'll say that Nanny reached out to Pat Reuben and then paused and took her hand away and says, "Well, I can't. Well, I can't touch you right now, Reuben. But you know, I'll give you like the biggest hug I can." And she reaches under the air and she kind of puts her hands out in the motion of a hug. And Reuben lights up a little and does the same. And then you just see Nanny puff up her cheeks really big, as big as she can. And Reuben looks back, puffs up their cheeks with a smile. A wave, and Reuben smiles and waves and boards the ship.
God.
Um, Sorry, that was a lot of me talking.
No, it's okay. I love you. Uh, it's great. God.
Yeah. Now that Reuben's aboard, Nanny's just kind of looking around, and she's gonna look to you, Rocken, and kind of walk up and say, "Broken, have you seen any of the others? Lonnie, Foggy, Anise, or Eversea? Have you seen them anywhere today?"
Um, I I don't think so. Um,
Hmm.
do you want to roll an insight on the child?
I'd like to roll an insight on the child. And your insight is. Can my computer not? Can my computer not? Thank you. 13.
13. They seem nervous about something.
Nanny's gonna like crouch down so she's below eye level with Baroquen. She's gonna put her hands on her knees and tilt her head to the side, and she's just gonna give a little smile and say, "Oh, Baroquen, sweetheart, is there something wrong here, sweetie?"
Uh, um, no, I'm all right. They say lying.
Sure.
Uh, God, I do a wiggle at you as I process my emotions.
At you. Nanny's going to reach out and she's just going to very slowly put a hand on Brooken's shoulder. Brocken can move if they want, but she is going to reach out and try to place a hand on their shoulder.
She can place a hand on their shoulder. They're not moving away.
Excellent. And she's just going to stroke their shoulder with her thumb and give them a very concerned look and says, "Now, I don't want you to be hiding anything from me, okay, Rocken? It's okay to be a little nervous about boats. I don't know how you and the others got here, but don't worry. The people on this boat are very experienced. I made sure that they knew what they were doing. And honestly, I think they're very, very good at what they're doing. And I trust them to get you home, all right?"
Uh, uh, that doesn't seem to comfort them. Mm,
Mm. She just kind of furrows her brow and looks around up at the ship where all the kids are kind of running around, just kind of screaming. I imagine there's like one kid, probably who was already aboard, running around with a little knife and just kind of cackling. And maybe there is in fact a few other people aboard this very old battered ship that looks like it's seen better days, but is also probably fine.
mm-hmm.
Probably fine. The
Probably.
captain's very, very tall and very confident anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, so she just looks up there, looks back to you and says, "It'd be better if I found some of the others and, they could want to come help me find the others before we depart. I can ask the ship to wait for us just a little longer. There's no rush."
Yeah, I can help you with that. They were kind of you. I'm not gonna have you roll for this, because their emotions can be worn literally on their sleeve.
Mm.
There was a little bit of like smoldering, but that like kind of fades out, as soon as you suggest, going to look for the others.
She's just gonna nod, and then she's gonna call up. It's a shame Arthur's not here because I would ask them maybe to pop in quickly, but she's just gonna head
What?
up the
Wait.
gangplank and call up. I hope. Could you mind asking the captain? Would you mind asking them just to hang on just for just a few half an hour, maybe an hour? I just need to go and find some missing. Well, not missing. Missing they ain't missing. They're just gone walkabouts, probably in town or somewhere. But that I just need to go find a few people who haven't quite shown up yet. Is that all right? Just I don't know. Gets a wave of a hand from one of the other crew members,
I'm
and she nods and
imagining
says,
one crew member in particular. Don't.
"Mm,
Uh,
yeah."
there's uh they're not my crew member, but kind of inspired by something I told Author. Just I imagine there's like a tune in a yellow coat that just goes yep, uh thumbs up.
Oh gosh. Okay. This person's just gonna nod and say, Nanny's gonna nod and say, "Oh, thank you so much. We'll be back as soon as we can." And she gives a little wave, and then dunk, 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 dunks down the platform, holds out her hand to Brock and says, "Well, now, I know you're old enough. You don't have to hold my hand if you don't want to, but if you want, it's always here." She wiggles her hand to the side.
Bracken takes
And
her
if you,
hand.
uh, she gives Rocken a big smile and says, "Oh, well, now this is very nice, isn't it? It's been a while." And she just kind of swings their hands backwards and forwards and says, calls back over her shoulder as she starts to walk down the boardwalk. "Now, you kids behave, and when I get back, I want to see that this ship is still floating, understood?" And there's just a chorus of, "Yes, Nanny," from all these kids aboard the ship.
God. Oh, I know you have no spoons, but afterwards I am poking Author because this is
Okay,
hilarious.
that's fine.
Anyway,
Go
um,
ahead.
I will.
Um, so yeah, Nanny's just gonna hold Brooklyn's hand, and they're gonna walk down the boardwalk, down the pier, and turn towards the boathouse, and head towards there. And Nanny's gonna just say, "Well, I was gonna check out the boathouse first, see if I can find them. But if you have any better ideas, I'm always here. I'm always listening."
Uh, no, I think the boathouse would be all right. Uh,
Oh, she's just gonna nod and keep walking. And as she's walking, she'll say, "So, you seemed a little. I don't want to bring this up like too harshly for you. You don't have to tell me. Of course, you're allowed your privacy and everything. You know, I understand if you don't want to tell me, but you seemed a little what's the word? You seemed a little nervous heading on the ship, sweetie.
um, uh, the
You get
the
seasick. There's seasickness. I can make you a cup of tea. I can make you a little tea and firmers that you can drink whilst you're heading on back to Faroma, and it'll help ease your tummy, okay? And she reaches out and just pats the space over Baroquen's stomach and just smiles.
uh, it's very easy to tell when Brocken blushes, because their hair catches on fire. Um, and there's a line of Nana. Just God, Nana, stop.
Broken.
I'm
I'm just
not
trying to help
four.
you, sweetie.
Mm,
It's alright if you get a little seasick. People get all
I,
sorts of sicks from all sorts of things. Sometimes it's from heights, sometimes it's from little itty bitty crittery bugs, and sometimes it can just be from looking at, well, a certain plant or some such. You know, some people get sick from all sorts of things, and that's perfectly natural and okay.
I'm Nana is not a seasickness. Is
Oh,
Bracken is just small wooden child. Um, sort of. Uh, they kind of uh take a hand and sort of play with one of the strands of root uh root branches that make up their hair. It's very strange. They didn't have this the last time you saw them. Their hair was just kind of buzzed. But it's long now, long enough to be put up into the weirdest looking ponytail you've ever seen. Um,
is it up
but
in that ponytail now, or?
it is. It is.
Hmm, okay. Okay. Nanny's gonna take note of that and just nod and say, well, if it's not seasickness, that's all right. If there's something else that's making you nervous, I won't make you tell me, but just let me know. And she squeezes your hand. Um, this I think by now they probably head to the boathouse because there ain't much actually going from the boathouse to here. She's gonna kind of peek her head in through the door. I'm gonna roll an investigation. Oh, Nanny, your investigation. Oh, Nanny, your investigation, sweetie. That's what I thought.
Should I also roll like a
It's up to
perception?
you.
What?
It's up to you. Nanny's rolling investigation because she's trying to find specifically um, kids. Basically, she's looking around. She's like, Adrasy, Anise, Lonnie, Foggy. If you're playing in the rafters, please come down. We gotta get you all back on that ship. I'm fine, and it's all right. It's time for everybody to head home. And there's just no response.
9. Yep.
Nine. Look around and you don't see anyone. You don't hear anything. It doesn't seem like there's anyone here. Um, let me just. Actually, let me just roll something quickly. Where you at? That. Okay. Okay. Let's see how this goes.
Please roll super fucking high. Oh no.
Oh, okay. Oh my
Oh
word!
god.
This feels like. Okay. So, that is a 4 and an 8 for that. So I think we do. I think at first, no, I don't really see anything. But then, gosh, you look up, uh, and you thought it was a rope before, but that's not a rope. That rope is moving by itself. Just kind of swinging from side to side. Yep. Hmm. It's a very strange grey rope hanging down.
I'm I'm assuming this is Andraste and just uh you have you have a fire child staring at you.
Um, you get nothing. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna roll something here. Right, let's roll that, and then let's roll this. Oh, brilliant. You do see the strange grey rope just kind of wriggle and twitch a bit, and then you hear a, and you just see a, as this rope just kind of snaps up into the air, and then just, uh, sounds like a sneeze. That sounds like a sneeze. And you hear just a,
You gave, dang it, Lonnie, you gave us away. Well, you shouldn't go get choked down the side. You gotta tuck it underneath. No, Lonnie, you don't. Now, it's not a good disguise. In the woods, you can paint yourself green, maybe, but not in, like, ropes.
and Nanny has slowly just kind of, hmm. She kind of looks over at you, Baroquen, and do you want to roll an insight?
I I will roll an insight. That's a +5, right? I remember everything about this character sheet at all times. I got a 12.
There is a little smile on her face as she looks over at you, and you can tell she's thinking of something as she looks at you. And she seems to kind of try to be like, trying to communicate something to you as she looks between the trunk and then at you, and then at the trunk and then at you. And then she just raises one finger to her lip, um, one finger to her lip, and just shh in a sign.
Ah, Baroquen nods. Rockin' nods.
And
Understandable. Have a nice day.
And then she kind of points to the other end of the room where there's a staircase, like a metal staircase that kind of zigzags back on itself to get up to the second floor of this place. And she points at you, and she points there, and she does like the doom 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 sneaking motion with her hands.
Uh-huh. They do a
And she
nod.
just she gives you a ding ding, two thumbs up. And then she's just gonna kind of walk away from you towards the bridge that it's like a drawbridge that comes up and down that kind of stops boats from flowing outwards from when they enter the giant double doors that let them through this tributary area. And she just goes over one of these bridges and she just calls out, "Oh well, I suppose Edrisy and Denise are all out. They're all big kids, but I'm so worried. I'm so worried about Longy and Foggy. Oh, they're just so small. They should be out by themselves." And I'm gonna roll a deception.
Roll a what?
Actually, I'm gonna roll performance. It wouldn't be deception, it'd be performance. The same mod, but still. 17.
God. I'm.
Alright,
Let me go look at all of my abilities because I swear to God, if I don't roll good on this.
And now let's do one of these. Oh, Foggy, I love you. Foggy, I love you so much. Okay. Okay.
Holy shit! I've
Ooh,
done it!
dirty 20.
That's a dirty
Dirty
20!
20.
Hell yeah!
Um, look at their passives. Yeah, no. Neither of them notice as you are sneaking Brocken. They're
Alright.
both too focused on Nanny, just sort of wandering off to the opposite side of the of the not bathhouse, of the boathouse, and just she's just lamenting, "Oh, where have my poor children gone? They're gonna miss their boat, and I won't be able to say goodbye. I gave them their special goodbye presents." And you do hear like a muffled coming from up the second floor.
God.
Goodbye presents? What do you mean goodbye presents? She got presents? I missed out on presents. Someone got presents for us.
Oh, well, it'd be an awful shame if they didn't show up. I mean, I only have two left, and well, I just have to give them to the other kids. And yeah, just the sound little,
Hey, no, it's not.
and you just hear like the sound of gnashing little teeth.
Uh, Bracken has slowly made their way up the stairs,
Mm-hmm.
carefully crept, uh, made sure to keep calm so their fires are very, very low. Slowly moved right beside the two. In
Mm-hmm.
range that if they need to be grabbed, they can grab the two if they fall.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
just slowly, carefully lean down. God, what do they say to scare them?
What do you say?
What do you say? What do you say? I stare at my child. God. Uh, who's paying the least attention? Actually, better
Absolutely.
question.
You have a passive perception of 9.
Uh, better question. Is like Lonnie holding Foggy right now?
Foggy is perched on the back of Lawnie's head. Like Lawnie's head is hanging down, like her trunk is hanging over the side, and her face she's facing and watching Nanny as she puts on a very dramatic performance on the other side of like, "Oh my poor children, oh these presents are gonna be going to waste," and she's twirling one of her fingers in her hair and just batting her eyelids. And Lawnie's just got very big eyes and her ears are flapped out, just looking at her. But yeah, Foggy's sitting on the back of her head,
Okay.
just kind of little gremlin claws, not gripping very tightly, but just holding onto the top of Ronnie's head.
All right. Bracken takes a deep breath, slightly cups their hands over their mouth, and goes, "Hey guys!" Or right
It's
next to
save
them.
time. It's save time. Excellent. Uh, let's do this. That one and that one. Yep, that's okay. You see the ears kind of flap, and then Lorne turns to look at you and lifts up her trunk with a and waves her trunk from side to side in a little wave. Also waves her hand in a little wave. Foggy, meanwhile, kind of jumps. If Foggy were a toon, they would jump up and have like the startled outline. They probably arch their back in a cat like hiss. Um, as it is, they are real kind, so they just kind of tumble back off of the back of Lorne's head and poof onto the floor, and they just
Brock, what the hell, man? You don't. What? We could have fallen down. Is that what you wanted, you jerk?
and they just kind of rush at you and try to bite you in the shin.
uh, Bracken immediately gets set on fire.
Set
Chaos
yourself
jumps.
on fire. It's cheating.
I can't control it, you know this. That's fuck that
You
speaker.
can't control it. You're not controlling it. I didn't chew your legs.
And they just go.
How dare you?
They are now chewing on your boot and just going. He's just watching.
Bracken is comically, sort of like hopping on one leg trying to shake them off.
You just get to. You cannot shake off the gremlin beast that is Foggy. They have clinched into you. You gotta get the impression that you can feel the impression of like their teeth through your boot. You think it's gonna leave little dent marks.
That's
But they're
fine.
not gonna pinch your boot.
That's fine. How's Nana reacting, by the way?
Nanny is just, if you look over, Nanny's just kind of, her head's tilted to one side, and she's got her arms, hands on her hips, and she's just kind of tap, 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 tapping one of her feet. And watching this with the brow raised and saying, Lonnie, Foggy, come down here, please. No! No! Lonnie's just gonna look down and she's just gonna get up, reach over, grab Foggy from your boot and just kind of pop them off.
No, Lonnie! Don't take us downstairs! It's not part of the plan!
And Lonnie just calmly turns around and heads towards the stairs, the little toddler walk.
God. Bracken follows after.
Nanny's by this time basically waiting by the front door, tapping her foot. Her arms aren't crossed anymore, but they are kind of laced together. And she raises a brow at Bonnie. Actually, she looks at Baroquen first and says, "Thank you for helping me out, Baroquen. That was very mature and very good of you." And she reaches out and just kind of like pats you on the side of your cheek, gives you a warm smile.
Yeah. They give a warm smile back. Literally.
Oh gosh. Foggy, who is now within the grip of Lorne's trunk, just kind of crosses their arms and turns away with a pout. Just gonna continue. Well, kids, why were you hiding up there? Hmm? And Lorne and Foggy say nothing.
God. There is silence. Uh, God.
I'm just gonna roll. What's this for you, Nanny? Hmm? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try and see what Nanny rolls. Yeah, that's what I
Nat
thought.
one.
That
No,
one.
Nanny. No.
Nanny tries to give Lorne and Foggy a smile and says, "Oh, come on, kids, you can tell me. It's all right. I'm not gonna be angry or nothing." And Foggy just kind of puffs up even more and turns their head away with a towards the other side. They're now looking in your direction, Baroquen, and their cheeks are all puffed out. And Lorne kind of just looks down and twiddles with her fingers a bit, not looking. Nanny?
Can I roll an insight to see if this is what I think it is?
May.
Okay. Gonna do +5. That is 17.
Baroquen is looking away, and yeah, they're being very stubborn about answering this question simply because they feel like Nanny isn't gonna like the answer, and Lorne is basically kind of following Foggy's lead. You get the impression that whatever they were trying to pull here was kind of an effort to stall going back onto the ship.
Oh, oh, oh no. Oh no. Uh, I lay down. Babies. Um, uh, jeez. Jeez. Okay. I'm sorry, Do. I'm trying to process my thoughts right now. God.
Fine, take your time. I'm not going anywhere.
I wiggle at you. Um, you. God, I think like Nanny sees Bracken's eyes just kind of sort of blink in like some sort of realization, and they just kind of also sort of do like the little, scuff motion with their boot. Um,
On inside.
the one that people do when they like, mm, that one.
18.
Uh,
Annie goes from her smiling, you could tell me anything face, to smile slowly tilts to expression and then to a frown and her brows furrow. not just at Lorne and Foggy, but also at you, Baroquen, like just a slight side eye, and just, all right, well, I don't know what, kids, I don't know what's going on, but I need to get something here, all right? You all seem, something's off with y'all, and I don't, Baroquen says they're not seasick, but you two don't,
We don't want to. We don't want to go. We don't want to go.
excuse me?
Mommy and I don't want to go back.
Lorne just quickly nods their head, and Nanny leans back and blinks and says, oh, I mean, you don't want to go back? And they kind of just shuffle. Lorne shuffles a bit, and Foggy just taps her trunk twice, and she loosens her grip before he claws up the trunk back onto her head.
Yeah, we don't want to go. I mean, Mommy is. She's too young to go by herself back home anyway, and, well,
Looks down, looks over at Baroquen, looks at Nana.
you know, we can't.
And Nana nods and looks towards Baroquen.
Do we really have to go back?
You can roll me an insight if you want.
That's 6. Oh, I think they're too nervous. I think they're too nervous and kind of like looking down.
Oh, baby. Let me just roll some things quickly. So that's 5 minus 1. Okay. Sometimes I look at their stats and I wonder how. That's a 0 from Foggy. I love to see nat 1 with a -1. That's a 0. Foggy has no idea. Foggy has no clue what's going on with Nana right now. But Lorne sees the look on Nana's face and just waddles over and kind of slowly reaches up with her trunk to just cup the side of Nana's face and just starts to play with like a twirly bit of her hair. Just gives her big eyes. And I'm gonna roll
Baby.
a persuasion. Where is your persuasion, sweetie? Oh, I've got you're not a very high level. It's a 12. And Nana looks down and just, look, I can understand if y'all don't want to go back. I know I know that our meetings, well, maybe they ain't been under the best of circumstances, but you have people back there that care about you. Brock and your parents are probably worried sick. Foggy, I mean, Foggy, you know about.
I'm not going back. Not going back. You can't make me go back.
All right, okay, I can't make you go back. You understand that if you stay here, if y'all stay here, um, it could be big trouble if your folks come looking. You understand? Uh, we won't be able to stay here. If somebody comes looking, we'd have to get up and go. You understand? She's looking specifically between Moroccan and Foggy for this. Foggy just.
Yeah, I know that. We kind of. We went all this way to find you again, so why wouldn't we want to move wherever you go? I mean,
Call me a dummy, yelling.
Sorry.
Thank you. She looks at Moroccan and just. Moroccan, are you sure you don't want to go back? I'm sure your parents are. Surely your parents are, concerned at least.
You want to roll an insight?
Mm-hmm. Hello, Nanny. It's Rennie, Nanny.
You know this child. It's probably a very like familiar expression, like when they were not expression really, just sort of like body posture to when they were younger, and they like, mm, I think sad is too broad of a word for it. Just mm, they're smoldering slightly, and like where you can tell sort of like the embers are catching mainly is like right near the corners of their eyes.
Ah, gonna catch this.
Uh,
And she's gonna turn towards Foggy and Lonely and just, Foggy,
Yeah, what?
no need to take that tone with me. I was actually gonna ask you to do a very big, important job for me. And both Lonnie and Foggy pop up.
A job? Like, what?
Well, I don't know where Edrisy and Anise have gone. I think they're in town, but I just don't have the time to find them. And I don't know if Anise is going back home. And well, I don't. Edrisy is an adult. However, I just want to make sure that he's okay and see if he wants to take the ship back too. And quickly, Foggy is nodding their head.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that, right? Right, Lonnie?
And Lornie is slowly nodding her head up and down. Uh, gives Brocken a very quick side eye. And I'm gonna roll her one of these. 'Cause how subtle can you be, baby? Very.
oh,
Not
baby.
very at all. Um, I mean, I'm just gonna say, like, Foggy's not gonna notice. Their perception is garbage. Um, she's gonna side eye Baroquen and she's just gonna reach out and just squeeze their hand very briefly and give you big eyes. What's she gonna cast on you? Hmm. There's a thing she can do. Give me a second. Where is it?
I will give you a second, and I wiggle at you because I love you.
um,
God, these characters are so good, and I'm having emotions. I'm having so many
I'm
emotions.
glad. I'm glad you're having emotions. Okay. She's gonna look at you, and she is gonna squeeze your hand, and she's gonna cast bless on you.
Hmm, nice.
Feel like a very serene feeling. You can definitely feel something very warm, different from your warmth. This isn't a fiery warmth. This is warm, but it's also lighter than a fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's more in comparison to a fire. It's more fluid. It's more liquid, but it's also it's hard to describe Rocken, but you feel something very warm and something very much like love kind of flow up your arm and to your heart. And yeah, you have bless cast on you.
Nice.
And then Nanny's just gonna look down at the hand very softly and then just nods her head. All right, you two, if you two head out for me, and you make sure that you if you find them, you bring them back here for me. Understood?
Yeah. We can do that. We can do that. Yeah, we can do that, Nanny. Okay. Lonnie. Come on. You got your big sniffer. Let's go.
And Lonnie just lifts up her nose and starts to wave it around a little bit as she toddles out the door and says,
I'll look after Lonnie. We'll go find them.
all right, be good.
I won't get into trouble.
And they just close the door. And now it is just Rocken and Nanny in the doghouse.
Uh, Brocken kind of like stares after the door is closed, and just sort of kind of blinking their eyes to get the embers out, because the unfortunate part of being, you know, the literal incarnation of a wildfire, can't really have water in there. Um,
Hmm. Nanny's doing a big think. Um, 'Cause she can't give you a handkerchief because that's just gonna get set on fire. Um, hmm. Oh, I know
Nana?
what she'd do. I know what she'd do. She's gonna reach out and she's gonna cup your face and she's gonna wipe the tears away. Um, Gosh, I don't know if I should ask you this, but should I roll a con save to see if she gets burnt at all?
Mm,
Or do you not want to?
uh,
I'm rooting
I
for Baroquen.
I can have you just roll a dex instead of a con.
Get Dex. Oh, okay. Look at Nanny's Dex.
Yeah, that
Beautiful.
works.
Okay.
I'm having you roll a dex because you're like quick enough to sort of not have your hand rest on the fire, like the sort of small embers for too long for it to be able to burn you. Uh,
Fair
while
enough.
you're sort of wiping off their face. They look at you um with their big wooden eyes. Just Anna, I don't think my folks were good people.
She moves her hands from Baroquen's face to just gently cup their shoulders and just. I'll admit, when they hired me, they didn't tell me much except to look after you, and I can I understand why you don't want to head back, Brocken. I understand that. I understand that perhaps they may not be the best people for you to head back to, but sweetie, do you understand that if they want to come and get you, I can't keep you. You understand that? So
What
if you wanted to stay,
I
if
want
you
to
wanted to stay, you. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I want to stay. I don't want to go back.
Whiz save. Do.
I don't. I, they didn't let me do nothing. I've never had my hair long before.
She does look up at your now long hair, Rocken, and she gives a little smile, and you can see that her eyes are kind of squinted a little bit shut. Um, she's definitely not trying to cry. No, she is very much keeping calm and composed. She takes a deep breath, and let's roll one of these. She reaches underneath her hat, and then she pulls out something that she won't show you, and she kind of looks around, finds like a pile of like blankets and stuff that the kids have been using to like sleep in, like some of them in your beds, and they're just looks at you and says, "Okay, would you like to sit down for a second and talk about this, or that be better?"
Uh, I I can sit down. Yeah.
It's only if you want to, sweetie. You ain't gotta do nothing, all right? And
No.
she just your hand and just gently, very gently closes her mitt over Rockin's hand and strokes the back of it with her thumb. Ain't gotta do nothing here you don't want to do. Well, unless it's, an illegal thing, and I gotta make sure you don't get yourself into trouble or hurt.
I, all right. I can sit down.
Okay. And she's gonna let you do what you like.
Uh, Bracken is going to sit down on one of the sort of bed areas that they've had that she recommended. So
Um, she's gonna sit down. Uh, she's not gonna sit down. She's gonna sit down sort of to the side and behind Rockin. Then look at their hand, then look at them and say, "Sweetheart, I got a little question to ask you, and you can say no. Again, you don't have to. You don't have to let me, and it's perfectly fine if you don't want me to. All right?
okay.
Mind if I try and?" She just kind of gently, very, very gently, just kind of like pats the back of the twigs that make up their hair. Do you mind if I just try and tie these back a little bit?
Uh, sure.
Be all right?
Yeah, that'd be fine. They may be a little bit dry at the ends. By dry, like you poke one of the hairs at the back,
Mhm.
and you can feel like this is definitely sort of a dried branch at the end.
Mm. Brow furrows. It's just, I don't really know if that's something that'd be healthy for you, considering maybe. Do they do moisturizer or conditioner, shampoo for drying? I might have to check that out. There's got to be something for that sort of thing. And she's just gonna sit behind you, and I'm gonna try and roll a sleight of hand to see how well she can tie your hair up, essentially.
In a way that doesn't look like a complete mess. Uh,
It's a 12.
12. I'm gonna say that you're able to sort of make the hair look nicer. However, it still
Mm.
kind of looks like a mess.
That's fair. It's an artistic mess.
It's an
She
artistic
looks at
mess.
it. I feel like as she's doing this, like her tongue has just been peeking out and her eyes are squinted and she's being very, very careful and just looking at it. And she takes her hand away, shuffles back to your side, just kind of you see her do a weird thing. She puts like one of her she puts her thumbs out and then her pointer finger and she kind of puts them and kind of like at angles from each other and just kind of puts them near your face and she just moves them in and out and squints. Um, and she's just like, I think the messy look actually really suits you. You know, some people actually just roll out of bed and they look brilliant and beautiful. And honestly, I think one of them people is gonna be you.
Uh, Nana! They're
Oh,
flustered
honey,
again. Uh,
don't, don't be silly, you silly sweetie. Of course you look pretty. Of course you look beautiful. Look at you.
Nana!
And she just,
God. Oh boy, they've kind of like put their hands over their face, and you can see like little small flower buds. You've made them flustered. Congratulations. Um,
she's gonna just, oh, don't you hide your face from me, sweetie. Now come on, come here. You want a hug, honey?
uh, yeah, hug would be nice. Hold on. Uh, they kind of sort of try to bat the flame off of their head so they don't accidentally burn Nana. Um,
Oh no, don't be ridiculous. You keep that right where it is. And she's just gonna head in and try and give them a hug as it is. She doesn't care if they're on fire.
all
That's
right.
that's, that's just how Brock can be.
Uh,
She's a tune. She'll be fine.
Bracken hugs back.
And Nanny just kind of both her hands are like around their back and one of the one between their shoulder blades is just kind of doing soothing little circles. And she's just kind of I don't know if Baroquen would notice, but she's slowly trying to rock them from side to side a little bit as she's sitting there. Um,
I will say they're
and
not
she
very strong. It probably works.
also Nanny. Well, to be fair, you say that. I think Nanny's strength is a -1. No, it's just flat
Really,
strength.
I have an
Yeah,
11
you're stronger than Nanny somehow. Okay.
by 1 point. I am the victor.
Okay. You're a literal twig person, and you're stronger than the monk.
God,
I'm gonna have to change that.
love it.
Anyway, so you get rocked from side to side, and there's a gentle rubbing sensation between your shoulders, and Nanny is just gonna. I won't. I won't make any of you head back that really, really don't want to. All right? I'm not here to force anybody to do anything they don't want to, unless it's gonna get them in danger or in trouble.
Uh, thank you, Nana.
Thank me, silly. I'm your nana. I do what I can for my kids. You understand that? And you, silly Billy, are one of my kids.
Uh,
Bill and Foggy and Lonnie and Edrisy, although he's all grown up, but he's still one of my kids. It don't matter how old he is. And Anise, too. Kids.
uh,
And the ones that are heading home to their folks now, they're my kids, too. I gotta do my best and I gotta do what's right by my kids. You understand? And if the best thing to do is to not send you back to people that you don't want to go back to, that weren't perhaps at least people are people that aren't the best for you, then I will. Oh, well, I ain't gonna make you.
thank you, Nana.
No, never thank me, all right, honey? I'm
Uh,
not here to be thanked. I'm here to help you. That's what I do. I'm your nana. Nana ain't ever gonna let her kids down. You understand?
yes,
Ever.
Nana.
Don't say yes, Nana. I'm trying to be. Don't be like that, honey. And she's just gonna kind of like tighten the hug a little. And unless you stop her, she is gonna try and just pull Baroquen into her lap as she's sitting cross-legged now.
Bracken has been dragged.
Baroquen has been dragged. You are still being rocked from side to side, by the way. Um, she's just kind of um leaning her, just kind of leaning her head against the side of yours and just rocking backwards and forwards. And she's look towards the door and say, "So you're gonna be one of those who wants to stay with me then? Presume, I presume Foggy and Long, you're gonna stay too.
Yeah,
You're all right with that?
I've
It's not gonna be like before, where it's just you and me, you know.
I,
And that, right?
I've lived. We've been on the road for what, like 5, 6 months together. I'm pretty sure I can deal with them for a little longer.
Uh, her,
They
her
say
grip,
this with like a slight devious smile. Like they're they're definitely doing this sort of like jokingly, lighthearted.
her grip tightens around you very briefly before letting go, and just well, 5 and 6 months, may seem like a long time to you now, but what if that turns into years, hmm? What if you end up growing up beside them, hmm? What if you end up being one of their big siblings? How about that? You sure you can handle that? I know you're very mature for your age, but I need to make sure you're okay with that.
Oh,
We're all going to be under the same roof here, and I don't know what Edricy's going to do. Edricy might stay. I mean, Edricy's always wanted to go out and venture, and, well, it'd be nice to see him popping around every now and then if he doesn't choose to stay. As for Niece, well, I hope she. I don't know what her mother's gonna do. Maybe she's heading home. Maybe she's not. Honestly, Anise is probably smart enough to find. If she does want to stay, she'll find a way. She'll find a way to convince her mother to let her go out. She's not exactly the give up and quit kind of type of girl.
God.
Are you all right with her staying here and potentially addressing?
Yeah. Uh. Yeah. I I wouldn't mind having siblings.
She holds you just a little bit tighter. Squeeze
Squeeze back.
head on your shoulder. She pops her head on your shoulder, broken, and just continues to rock you side to side and says, "Well, so long as you understand that it ain't gonna be 1-to-1 like before, at least for my with me paying attention, because obviously we got the young'uns, and then I got the elders, and I got you." She boops Broken on the face. If they have a nose, it's on the nose. If they don't have a nose, it's going to be the space where their nose would be. Um, and she
God.
just, oh, you. Yeah, yeah. If you stay, I ain't gonna make you go, alright?
I, yeah. I want to stay. Um. No, no matter what.
No matter what.
They do like a very confident nod.
He's just gonna, well, all right. That's what you want to do. I'm not gonna stop you, sweetie. All right then. Stay with me. And he's gonna give you another squeeze, and I'm gonna. Where's the modify for that? Okay. Come on. Excellent. Uh, you just kind of end up looking side to side for a couple minutes before Nanny all of a sudden just stops, looks up towards the door, and then back at you, and towards the door and back at you, says, "Baroquen,
Yeah?
oh, no, how long have you gone, sweetheart?"
How long they've been gone?
No, no, how long has it been? Oh, hang on just a moment. And she's gonna take one of her arms from you and reach underneath her hat and pull out a tiny little, what looks to be like an old pocket watch. And she's gonna click it down. You're just gonna hear a, and it's been about 45 minutes. And she looks at this thing and her eyes wide and she's like, "Oh shoot, we gotta get back. We gotta make sure, we gotta tell the captain that there are gonna be a couple other passengers that ain't gonna be on there. So, oh gee,
Uh,
sweetie, you've been
yes?
a wonderful hug, but we might need to go." And
Uh,
she's just kind of going,
yeah, we can go.
"Huh? Okay, all right then. So, are you good to run?
Yeah,
Are you all right to run? All right."
yes.
And she kind of takes her arms away and quickly stands, like, just waits for you to get up and then stands up. And then you see her just kind of like stretch from side to side and then stretch her legs out, and then shake herself all over and say, "Right then." She looks over at you and gives you a very slight smile and says, "How about we do a little race?"
uh, Bracken, Bracken looks, oh boy. God, I don't have anything. I know Nanny's gonna beat me. I'm just gonna say this now. But,
You say that.
Bracken looks like with a very determined smile. Like, yeah, yeah, they can do a race.
All right. Nanny nods. She goes up to the door, opens the door, then she walks out, and then kind of gestures to you, "Come on, out you come. We're gonna start at the door, and we're gonna book it. All right."
Alright. Bracken stands next to Nana.
She holds up three fingers of her knitted glove, and she holds them up and says, "All right, on three, one, two," and then on two, she darts forward,
Nana!
looks it.
Nana, wait, come back!
How
You
about
didn't
slow
stand
coach?
on me!
Slow coach. We gotta say goodbye to everybody. Come on, keep up. And she's just running, and she's
uh,
like,
Bracken is bolting after.
"Come
Cause
on, Brocken. We gotta go say goodbye to everyone."
you said to start on me! Very indignant.
Did,
Uh,
but also,
God.
I'm an old lady. I'm an old lady. You should be able to keep up with me, Brocken.
You're
This is
not
a
that
heavy
old!
responsibility for you.
God. God. I'm. Man. I hold you on the shoulder? Do you want it ended here? With them racing towards the
Unless
pier?
there's something else you want to do, we can end it here, but it's up to you.
No. I'm good and I love this so much. God.
Okay. Right, yeah, we can end it here then. So we end it zooming out, over the river, uh, down the boardwalk heading towards the riverfront where the pier is, where this old beat up ship with its very tall, almost someone could describe them as a giant, captain. Um, Strange, very strange crew. One of them looks to be running around carrying a knife. and having a grand old time. There are many, many kids aboard. And you see a picture of two figures running towards the docks, laughing, and kind of pan back, and we see four more figures uh, standing outside of the boathouse and looking in the direction where the other two are running. An overhead shot. And from there, we just kind of fade out.
God. Ah.
It's the FPS.
I hold you soft. God, thank you, do. Thank you.
Thank you for playing with me.
Thank you for playing with me.
So long as you had fun.
I had lots of fun. God. I wiggle. Man.
Also, author, if you do get around to listening to this, I tried to do. I forget things, and maybe the I don't know how that would go down on the gosh I'm forgetting words at the minute, but anyway, I borrowed your captain and their ship. I'm not sorry. Um, yes.
It's fine.
Thank you for playing with me, Magic. Thank you for people listening and any future listeners. I hope this was fun for you, both listening and the magic here. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of whatever time you have.
Yeah.
Goodbye and see you around.
Bye, everybody.